Today I'm going to take you through creating a wholesale account with StationeryHQ and also going through ordering and unboxing a beautiful invitation order with them. We're going to test out just a regular invitation suite, and then we're going to test their variable data foil escort cards, which I'm so excited about. So let's go ahead and dive in. Hi, I'm Lainey. I'm a wedding invitation designer, and I teach people how to design and produce beautiful wedding invitations. StationeryHQ is actually the first printing company that I used when I started designing wedding invitations. My first few suites, I reached out to StationeryHQ, and they have expanded their offerings so much since then that I'm just really excited to share this video with you and show you some really cool new things. This is the wedding invitation suite we're going to be ordering with them today, but I want to first walk you through how to set up an account, because if you go and order something from StationeryHQ on their main page, it's great. They have a ton of offerings, but if you actually want to become an invitation designer, you'll want to grab a wholesale account, and you typically will get 30% off with that. But if you respond to your email confirmation and tell them Lainey sent you, you will actually have that increase to 35% for all your future orders. So you'll want to create an account. Pretty simple. Fill out this information and then just check for a wholesaler. Also, if you're a graphic design and if you're a licensed California reseller, they're based in California, so you'll need to provide your tax resale license if you check this option. Otherwise, it's pretty simple. This store URL where you will resell our products, you can just put your website address if you have an Etsy shop, or even if you have an Instagram, just to show your portfolio so they can take a look at your work. And then, like I mentioned, once you get your confirmation, if you respond and tell them Lainey sent you, they will increase that discount from 30% wholesale to 35%. Now, once you've created your account, you'll see that they have so many different products. They do signage, canvas prints, a lot of really cool stuff that a lot of other companies don't provide, especially for these low minimums, especially with gold foil and all these other options, and especially at wholesale prices, even if you don't order a million of them. So I think that this is just such a versatile printer that I think you'll really love it if you're just starting to get into wedding invitation design. I mean, there's so much on here that I've never even used. Like, I've never used the die cut hang tags. Those would be so cool. Individual clipboards and folders, notebooks, notepads. I do use those sometimes. Magnets, chore charts, just so many amazing things here. And you'll get a discount on all of them once you set up that wholesale account. One thing I kind of feel like they're known for is their wrapping paper. So if you ever want to design custom wrapping paper, it is so much fun. I promise. I do it every couple years, and it's just a blast to see your work on wrapping paper and to give people gifts wrapped in your own designs. So today we're just going to do a wedding invitation. I'm going to go through and do the invitation, the details card, and the RSVP card, and then I'll show you what those look like after I get them. And then we're also going to do some escort cards that are in digital gold foil, which I'm so excited about because I haven't had a chance to use this product yet, so I can't wait to get them. Now I'll show you where it talks about how to set up your files, but in general, you'll just want to make sure all of your text is outlined. I'm using Adobe Illustrator, and I have a ton of invitation design videos on my channel if you're not used to it and you'd like to learn a little bit more. So to outline your text, you'll take a live text object, right-click it, and just click Create Outline. And that will make it so you can't change the text anymore, but it also makes it a little bit easier to print. And I've gone ahead and done that with all of this text. You'll also want to make sure you include bleeds in your design. I have a whole other video on that if it's a little confusing for you. But in general, if you're printing something that is 5 by 7, you'll want your final file size to be 1/8 of an inch bigger on all sides. So it'll actually be 5.25 because it's 1/8 on both sides, and then 7.25 for 1/8 on the top and bottom. And then for that to work well, you'll want to make sure your design extends all the way to the edge of that file. So even if you want the final size to be 5 by 7, you want this design to extend over the edge. In this particular file, I've set it up so that all of the bleeds are 1/8 of an inch, exactly as we need them. So that's that red line here. So we just want to make sure that all of the printing design extends to the red line, because some of that is going to get cut off when they're trimming everything down to size. Something like this little corner where my background doesn't really go is going to be okay because it's far enough away from the edge where they're going to cut. This RSVP card doesn't have a design that bleeds to the edge. However, you'll still want your final size to be 0.25 bigger in each direction than the final cut size. So this is 3.5 by 4.875. I want my final size to be 3.75 by 5.125. And then from there, you'll save each piece as an individual PDF. I've gone ahead and done that for you, and I'm going to close out of my file because it is tough to record video while I have a giant Adobe Illustrator file open. All right, when you log into your account, you can go to this products tab and choose what you're looking for. So we'll go ahead and start with our 5x7 invitation. That's going to fall under our flat cards. And you can just scroll down and it will give you all of the different options with foil stamped, colored paper with foil stamping, which is a very unique offering, just so many things, all of our double thicks. And then it even gets down into variable data and other things here. We don't need variable data or anything, we just need our very simple A7 flat card. So we click on that. And what I love about StationeryHQ is the quantity that you have to order is really small. So if you need to order samples, it's really great to order 10. I'm just going to order 10 for this sample order. And it's showing you all the instructions here, exactly what I talked about. So the artwork size is 5.25 by 7.25, trim size 5.7 inches, and that's exactly kind of what I showed you in Illustrator. Then when you go into uploading your artwork, one thing that I love about StationeryHQ is you can actually have a library. So if you're ordering similar things over and over again, you can just select those files from before. We'll upload some new artwork because I haven't ordered this wedding invitation before. So I'll click on the invite here and just open. It's going to upload, which takes a second because this is a little bit of a large file, so I'll skip to that. All right, our upload is complete and it's asking if we want to add it to our image library for use in future orders. Love that about them. I don't need to with this order, but I think this is so fun if you're doing a lot of similar pieces. And then you can see the piece, and I like that you can see it with the trim lines, so you know if something went wrong, if you sized it incorrectly, if you uploaded the wrong file by accident, etc. And you can hide the instructions too, which will give you the full view of that piece. Now we'll choose their paper stock. They have so many good options. This one's going to be smooth, linen, felt, which is kind of like watercolor paper, gloss, which you'd use for photos and things. And then my stock paper that I use for almost all my orders is this 120-pound superfine eggshell ultra white. Now this is going to be a single-sided print. You can do double-sided, and of course it's portrait orientation, and you can add the rounded corners here or not. So you'll see our total price with our discount is going to be $8.40 for 10 of these, so 84 cents each. Just to give you an idea, if I did 100, they would only be 73 cents each. And we'll just click add to cart here, and if you have any issues with uploading, preparing your files, etc., you can download these product templates under any of the products that they offer. So we'll go ahead and add this to cart. And there we go, we can check and see all of our details, and I'm going to continue shopping. I really like to just use this products flat cards to find what I'm looking for. The next thing I'm going to use is a 4-bar flat card for the RSVP card. Now we'll change this one to landscape. We'll order 10, that same paper, single-sided. You can enter a project name too, which is really cool because then you can sort your orders and search things like that. We will upload the RSVP card. And even though this one didn't bleed to the edges, we still needed to make that file 0.25 bigger on each size. And it will say that here. So it's got that 3.75 by 5.125 that we were talking about. Now we've got our RSVP card uploaded, and we'll just add it to cart. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the details card, but I won't take you through it because I think you get the picture. And now we've added that details card to cart, and we can go through and check to make sure everything looks good. I like to make sure I've got the exact right paper for everything in case I accidentally print something on the wrong paper. Now I want to show you how to upload the variable data. So we're going to go into our products and we'll do variable data place cards. And this is what I'm so excited about with gold or silver names. So let's check this out. Now you'll see that we don't have information on pricing here. In general, when you click this pricing at a glance, it's going to take you to a massive price chart with basically everything on here. This is pre-discount and it's got just so much information on here. But once we get through this process and they figure out how many we want, it will tell us the pricing. So you don't necessarily need to do that. We want our foil color to be gold, and our orientation is going to be portrait, which is basically the standard. When it's folded, it will be landscape. So that part is a little bit confusing, but you'll see it in the proof. We don't need to do basically any of this stuff. And then you can look at this little file setup guidelines. So basically you want to create a multi-page 100% black document. It tells you the size here, and each folded card's content is going to be on a single page. Now I set up my file in Adobe InDesign, which is different than Adobe Illustrator. I have another video on my channel if you want to check it out, all about data merge, which is how I got all of these different names and table numbers from a spreadsheet into this document formatted correctly. I also put a line here in the middle of the page where it would be folded so that I could just use this bottom portion as a canvas. Now, as a reminder, we want our flat size of 3.5 by 5. So we want our full art size to be 3.75 by 5.25 and have those 0.25 bleeds. So when I am exporting this as a PDF, I will make sure to add a 0.125 bleed on all sizes. Otherwise, you don't need to mess with this too much. You want to make sure you get all of your pages and that none of this other stuff is really checked because it's not super important. I like to keep View PDF after exporting checked because then I can just take a look at it right after it exports and make sure it all looks good. And everything looks good here. And we'll go to next. Now this is where you can upload your artwork and it'll show you a proof of one of the pages. Now you can check this out, and I love that they have the line there for you. You can also look at every single page, which I think is really nice and isn't available from every printer. And then go ahead and add to cart. Now that has added to cart, and we've updated our pricing to $1.50 per piece. This is honestly great pricing for variable data gold foil. So good. I'm really excited to get these, $30 for 20. And we have everything here in our cart. We're going to do one last double check to make sure it's on the right sizes, on the right papers, in the right quantities, and then we'll place the order. When everything gets here, I'm going to finish this video and show you how it all turns out, but I'm really, really excited to get these prints from Stationery HQ. Okay, everyone, I have the goods. I did open the box so you can see my address, but I haven't looked yet. So these are my pieces from Stationery HQ. And let's see what we've got in here. I'm very excited. All right, first and foremost, everything was wrapped really beautifully. It took me a second to get those figured out. And I like that they include kind of a piece and the details of your order on each stack so you can tell what everything is. Let me unwrap everything and I'll show you how it all printed. All right, our main piece first. Honestly printed very beautifully. The way that that gold foil effect printed digitally is so, so nice. It looks wonderful. And then we use that again on the reply card. Let's get a focus. That looks really beautiful. The text is not grainy at all. The black is very black. And then here's the details card. We have more of that kind of fake gold foil effect. Everything is really, really crisp. So I'm very, very pleased with how all of this printed. And I'm most excited to see these. Now these are on a smooth paper, which I think they have to use for the digital foil. Let's see if you can even see the difference. So it is a little bit different. It's not, you know, my favorite paper in the whole world, but what you get by using that smooth paper is this incredible flat foil. And what's cool is that it's variable. So we were able to print all of our friends' names on here in this beautiful foil, which I don't even really know how this works because it's not foil stamping. So flat foil is just a really cool, unique process. And I love that they offer that because I don't know anyone else who offers that, especially in variable data. What a cool option for some wedding place cards. I love this so much. So I hope this video was helpful in showing you how to order with Stationery HQ some beautiful flat foil printed escort cards, variable data, but then also just some more common things you might be ordering in your wedding invitation business, like this invitation suite, which printed absolutely beautifully and I'm so excited about. The best thing about Stationery HQ is they have low minimums and so many different offerings that I showed you at the beginning of the video. So you can, this is just the tiniest little sample of the different offerings that they do, but I love all their different types of paper, all their different types of printing. and just everything that you can do with them. So let me know what questions you have about using Stationery HQ. And when you set up your account, if you tell them that Lainey sent you, they will up your discount from 30 to 35% on your wholesale account. So I'm really excited to see what beautiful pieces you create with Stationery HQ. And while you're here, I hope you'll check out some of our other graphic design and stationery tutorials on our channel. Thanks, everybody.